Open live. Hi, folks. Welcome to Own or Disown, and I've actually got a special guest, Andrew Morris. Hi, Andrew.
How's it going?
How's it going? I thought you'd run away there. There you are. So we actually got a few people on. So we've got Mark Dove saying it's stuck. I don't know. Hi, everybody. Hi, James. So we've got I'm testing out the Alienware x17 R2. If you haven't seen the review, make sure that was one of the last video. So check that out. We're actually going to play about 7 games. We've got an hour and a half. All right. Got a strange setup here. I've actually got it connected to a monitor which is about 5 foot above my head, and I'm looking up in the air as I'm playing it. But I'll show. At the moment, I've got non-high performance. It's thermal for performance mode. I'll be able to check here, show you the settings of everything. So I'll switch it to overhead. So we've got thermal performance mode going. That's the way we're going to be testing it. And I'll alternate between the high performance mode and regular mode. Alright, so we're going to play Halo Infinite, which is actually Andrew's favourite game. He's actually a professional at this. So he's set up a lobby. Alright, do you want to start it?
Yeah.
Alright, so we've got a frame rate counter there. I've got it maxed at 800 FPS. I don't think we're going to reach that. So you can see the temperature. We're in dedicated GPU mode, as you can see. We've got no iGPU actually running. So it is a nice laptop. Battery life was a little bit poor, but they all are on this 12th gen. So, Andrew, what laptop are you thinking of getting?
Well, that's a difficult question. I've had so many run through my head, it's almost making me sick. But right now, I've got my sights set on the Asus ROG Strix Scar 15, maybe even the 17. But I've been through a couple. I've been through a Razer Blade 17 with a 3070 Ti, and also an MSI Vector GP66 with the 3070 Ti.
Yeah. You've been through loads of laptops.
I sure have been.
It's like...
It's an addiction now.
It's like insane. You did like the GP66, didn't you?
I did.
Gotta run away here.
Yeah, GP66 is a great performer. Got right here.
God. How come all these guys are next to me?
I'll come find you, Steven. We'll pair up.
Sorry, I'm dead. I'm dead.
Alright, here we go. Now we're together. We'll drop down here.
I can see you. There you go. All I should do is just hide behind your body.
Holy cow, I've got all of them right here. Yeah, these bots are pretty smart.
Yeah, pretty good. Have you put this on the hardest level?
No, this is on the ODST level, just below the hardest level. But with 6 of them, you get outnumbered easily.
You do, really. You should have put 6 on our side and only 2 on theirs.
I'm below you right now, Steven.
My God, a sec. I need to change the keys. Jesus. I forgot I've got to get better weapons, don't I? Guy, he didn't die.
Here.
How many bullets on the front of that guy? He didn't die at all. Jesus.
That's the trouble, is finishing him off. Alright, we're down 1. Oh, that's gonna hurt. We're gonna have guys behind us too.
Bugger. See what comments we've got here. Yeah, that's the fans you can. This is actually just auto fan. Wait, look, I'll put it on high performance mode. You can have a laugh. 170 FPS. So I crank the fans up. But the mic, to be fair, is fairly close. No, I'm getting shot in the back now. Oops, so a grenade at you.
Oh man.
I'm pressing F to pick up a stupid gun. Or E. Right. I think that's my problem. I had a shit gun. Ah, damn. No, it's got it. Oh, well, I injured him for you. Hey, Andre, how are you doing? Yeah, got Andre on. Let's see if I can kill somebody here. Just kill somebody and I'll celebrate. No, I think it's a better gun, isn't it?
Alright, joining up with you now, Steven. Here we go.
I need to change the grenade key. Fucking hell, I still didn't kill him. I think I'm firing blanks. Jesus.
Oh.
I killed somebody. Hold on, I'm going to have a drink.
Got it. You got it.
I'm going to drink here. Hold on, I'm going to have a beer. Celebrate.
Right behind you.
All right, let's try again. So let's see, we've got any questions here? The temps, yeah, what are the temps like? Too busy avoiding getting killed. Yeah, the temperatures are okay. So you'll notice I've split it there with the performance cores and the efficiency cores. I wonder what does everybody think of these efficiency cores? Because they don't seem to be all that efficient in terms of the battery life, do they? Now, Andrew was telling me about the new Apple chip, the M1 Ultra.
Yeah, just announced today. We'll see. That could be pretty promising. Don't know if you could fit that on a laptop, but pretty impressive stuff nonetheless.
I was trying to shoot that.
We're up two. Uh-oh, we're getting surrounded. Oh.
Yeah, I need to change the key.
Now it's tied from up to tied instantaneously. So now we've got to 25 points to win this one. I'm right in front right now. Let's take it. You got over there?
Yeah, so I've got to hang up. I forgot you got to throw grenades at them first.
Yeah, grenades are the way to go.
I forgot about
Nice,
that.
got another one.
So I've killed a couple of people there, so it's not too bad. So in the Asus, you can disable the E-cores in the BIOS. Yeah, hey Sean. Yeah, that's what Drew was saying here, that on the Asus ones you can disable cores. So I'm going to try that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to get some testing to see exactly what type of benefit there is. I mean, obviously you're going to pull less wattage, but just curious to see if that has any effect on frame rate, if it increases performance. Come back over to you, Steven. Oh, no.
I'm coming over to you.
All right. I'm dropping down. Get behind you.
I killed somebody there. That's good.
I think they're all going to be coming in here. Woo! I only have one.
Where are they? Are they in the courtyard?
Yeah, they all went back to the middle area. Now they're dropping right down here.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Man, I'm dead too. Now it's tie game. All right, next kill wins.
So let's have a look. What I should be doing the benchmark on it, shouldn't I? Forget about that.
I'm trying to come over to you, Steven. There we go. All right, now we're together. Next kill. Uh-oh. Nice. You just won us the game.
Yes! I finally I remembered that you got to throw grenades to kill them.
Oh, yeah.
So that was good. Alt N. I think the frame rate there was around about 160, wasn't it? I was getting pretty much 160 FPS. And that was on high settings, by the way, for guys. So that's that game. Let's switch camera angles. Alright, so yeah, so that's that game now. We'll close that down. Desktop. So I've come out of that game, Drew. But let's answer some of the people's questions. Hey, Sergi, how are you doing there? See, we've got a few people on. We've got 24 people. That's good, isn't it? So, yeah, the fans can be a little bit loud on here. I think it's about 51 decibels max fan. But of course, we've got the mic pretty close. I might be able to show you the setup here if I show you the side. This camera can move around. So I've got the microphone fairly close to the laptop. But you've got some good air intakes here above the keyboard. And of course at the sides here, you've also got some air intakes. And you've got 4 fans actually. You've got little fans here, which help suck air in. And the bigger ones here. And of course you've got the big heatsink at the back. But yeah, got Windows Hello, so it's nice. And you don't, I mean, I've been touching this a lot, and you can't see any smudges particularly, can you? It's not too bad. Right, so we'll do a load up another game. So Drew, you've got no more games on your computer?
I have a few, but I don't know if any
got
Master Chief Collection.
Nah, I've installed like Star Wars Battlefront, Battlefields, Overwatch. You got Call of Duty Modern Warfare?
I do not.
We'll start.
I have Black Ops Cold War, but not Modern Warfare.
We'll start that then. We'll get that going. While that's loading up, see if we've got any other questions. Yeah, Mark, the fans are a little bit loud, but... So Sean, what laptop have you got now? Can you yeah, let's have a look about the undervolting there. I didn't try undervolting it because the temperatures were fine. We'll try that after Warzone here. I have to say I didn't try it because it was, it ran cool enough. It was fast. I didn't need to try and speed it up at all. The CPU was pretty good, 115 watts, and CPU only work. It settles down to around about 45 watts gaming. Right. Oh yeah, I'm looking up the air because that's where my monitor is. Maybe thinking I was doing something stupid there. Go ahead. Yeah, so the way I've got this laptop configured, I've got it hooked into a device that has splits that HDMI feed into two, one going to a monitor, the other to the capture card, and the monitor I'm using is up in the air. Alright, so the settings on this. I think I pretty much got it maxed out to... Can't see on the monitor. Quality. So I've got it pretty much on max settings. No motion blur. No DLSS, but we do have ray tracing on. Let's see how we get on this. Are you watching the stream as well, Drew, are you?
I am.
What's fucking happened there? Just fucking closed down on me. Well, I don't really play this game. I do like the Battlefield games. Warzone Pacific, do you know what that one is? Season 2? We'll play that then. The other one crashed.
I may have to download Warzone again.
Yeah, I did play it the other week, and actually it did very well for me. It was quite good fun. It was more like when I normally play it, it's just solo and you're running around by yourself. I don't like that so much. So here it was just it was more like a Battlefield.
Yeah.
Have you played the Battlefield 2042 with 128 player map?
I have not.
It's quite insane.
That does sound fun though.
Yeah, yeah. This is in Vanguard Royals quads. Do that then. Mark asked, do I ever try XU custom profiles? I tend to use throttle stop. I like throttle stop. So you just start it when, you know, when I want, but... And I create profiles in that. This game takes ages to start, doesn't it? Jesus. Am I missing anything here, guys? Searching for a match. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, I think what it initially does is try and find
Try-
something with less than 17 milliseconds of ping, and now it keeps bringing that out until it gets a group to go.
Yeah. 66. Will I go any higher than that? You know, I should just have an option best available. Just do it.
I agree.
Play Rebirth. I don't know, I've got like 7 games installed. It's got a terabyte hard drive. I uninstalled a few, but I've only got till 5:30. I'm playing pool tonight. Match is about to begin. Fantastic. Now, why didn't you shoot my other guy who was just standing still? Pick on.
Practice is over. The real fight begins now.
No, this would do better.
The amount of CPU wattage is pretty impressive here.
Yeah. Tell you what, you keep a track on that, because when you're playing the game, it's hard to keep a track on that, isn't it, at the same time?
Yeah.
It should drop down to like 45. I mean, these cutscenes are pretty high on the CPU, aren't they? So
Yep.
I'm fucking squad leader. You count me as being a squad leader.
Proceed to the safe zone. Heads up, lads. Cash drop inbound. Secure the cargo.
I mean, we're over 200 watts here with combined GPU and CPU.
Yeah, so it's still 75 watts.
Primary objective.
No, but you only get a pistol, don't you? Jesus.
Attack.
This laptop CPU is pulling more wattage than my desktop 5600X Ryzen.
Oh shit, just only good. Hit it in the box. Don't do that. Don't recommend doing that. F.
Enemy UAV active.
I only get 20 bullets with this stupid gun. So it's still at 71 watts, isn't it?
UAV active.
Yeah. Pretty high clocks on those performance scores as well.
You know, did I get one over high in? Yeah, this gun's good.
A Nebula 5 bomb has been discovered. Stay alert.
So what the temperature's like 84 degrees. So it's pretty hot. Let's oh, that was on high performance. Now switch it from auto to auto fan.
UAV active.
Did you change the performance profile just now,
I
Steven?
did, yeah. I changed it from to high performance by pressing the FN and F1 key to like regular thermal performance mode.
Drop on the way.
Okay.
And yeah, the fan noise, I measured at 48 decibels. It'll pick up in a, you know, bit, but it's better, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nebula 5 bomb has detonated in the distance.
I'm still gonna fucking walk.
CPU wattage dropped about 30 watts, and that temp, I thought would come down a little bit more than that, but it probably will eventually.
Enemy UAV.
Yes, yeah, so if you watch, it's 39 watts now, eh?
Yep. And now we're looking at 78, 79, slowly working its way back on the temperature.
Rapid fire, let's give it that.
I've noticed that Call of Duty games are really hard on CPUs.
Yeah, the temperature should get pretty hot, but this is actually doing okay, isn't it?
Yeah, this is just fine.
So if I go indoors, like here, and I press, let's see, 103 FPS, 106, that's changing. Let's go high performance. It's creeping up a little bit more. You do get an extra couple, I'd say, perhaps. And now it drops as soon as I said that, of course. Alright, so I think this game runs well. There's not that many people around. I prefer a little bit more action, to be honest. See if we can find somebody. And then... not a lot going on, is there? So I hate these type of games.
Enemy UAV active.
A lot of no drama followed by...
Yeah, there's a lot of just running around doing nothing. I don't see the point.
Yeah.
I can hear gunfire, but I don't know where it is. Oh, someone's shooting me now. Let's see.
For everyone watching, for reference, my MSI Vector GP66.
That's good.
50-inch.
I'm dead. Yeah, I don't know where my teammates were. All right. So let's get out of that game then. Yeah, it settles it at 35 watts, doesn't it?
35 watts. Yeah, my Vector, it would run at 45 watts with 130 watts on the GPU, and the temperatures would range from 74 to 76.
We'll see if we can install throttle stop. So we can increase the speed of the cores. This could be worth a separate video in itself, couldn't it? Just changing the cores. Now we can't do an undervolt. So, but you can let's try just do that. Apply. Yeah, I couldn't do an undervolt, but I did increase the lower chords a bit. Alright, so let's try a different game. If I would overclock, if you like, I did overclock with the MSI Afterburner. To this, so let's apply the overclock. And let's try Battlefield, shall we? Battlefield 2042. Oh, it's not doing an update, is it? Ah, it's doing an update. Alright, so while it's doing an update, let's do a bit of a chat and have a look at the comments. So, yeah, it sucks that it doesn't do an undervolt, but it would be a good testing to see if we can improve its performance just by increasing the multipliers there. So, the thing is, I'm going to be returning this tomorrow. It was an expensive laptop. It was like $3,600, so I know my wife would kill me, so I'm going to return it tomorrow. But I do have the MSI GP CE66 with a 3080 Ti in it, and an i9. So I'll start unpacking that tomorrow and getting all that set up. And you know, I need to ask Lenovo for their new 5 Pro, because I think they're coming out. Well, I think the 3050 Ti one's out here, and then I think the other models are out in Europe. So I'll have to ask them to see if they can send me one. And if there's anything else you want me to test, just let me know, and I'll get in touch with like HID Evolution and see if I can get something from them guys. It's nearly done its update. Yeah, Watchdog Legion. Yeah, we can do that. I've got that.
Looks like Jeffrey's saying that 12900 HK can undervolt in the G76.
It can. Yeah, well, you probably can go into the BIOS and unlock it, can't you? You've got the advanced BIOS on there. I don't know how to get into the advanced BIOS here. Alright. Let's do Watch Dogs Legion. I don't have 2 games going at the same time. It's about to launch.
Sean, I agree on the Legion pricing.
Yeah, the pricing of the new... Yeah, it was ridiculous, wasn't it? Like $1,800 or something like that. I think the only decent price value ones now are the Strix Scar. Weren't they like $2,300 for your 3070 Ti?
Yeah. And if you want a 15-inch with a 300 hertz panel, the 3060 was $1,799, so essentially the same price as the Legion 5 Pro, the 3050 Ti.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. I think I'm going to just cancel this update. Let's pause it, yeah. Let's try the overhead. Let's try Watch Dogs Legion again.
I'm definitely surprised by Asus Strix Scar pricing. This year I thought it would be more expensive, and definitely the sweet spot on any of these laptops is a 3070 Ti, and that seems to be very fairly priced from Asus.
Yeah. A friend of mine's bought the Z15 or Z13. Is it? Yeah, Z13. He said he might lend me it to review. That's that one that's a tablet there. So let's just do the benchmark then. So you want ray tracing on? I think we've got that on here, have we? Ray tracing. Let's fucking max it out. Let's turn DLSS off. This is like hardcore setting. Let's see what we get there. So what laptop is anybody going to be buying? You know, there hasn't really been that much in the way of good affordable ones. I think you might as well stick with the 3060s and the 3070s, to be honest. Yeah, so it's handling this fairly well, doesn't it? Of course, I've got it overclocked too, bear that in mind, so... So, Sean, yeah, so what you said, you have to return in the M16. I just ordered the Strix G17 QHD. On Micro Center, I've got it at $1,900. Yeah. That's not bad, is it? The 3070 5900HX. Yeah, I think that's good, Sean, that.
That's great value.
So what do you think, 130 watt RTX 3080 laptop to buy? I think 3080s, I think my buddy bought the Legion 7 with the 165 watt 3080 in, and he got that for 11800H, he got it for 2,000 after tax. I think something like that, Drew, don't you think it's pretty decent?
That's a steal.
That's a steal. I mean, so yeah, everything's hidden by the benchmarks here, but annoyingly you can't see it, can you? It's a problem with the overlay. Yeah, so we averaged 58 there, but that's because that was maxed out. Let's increase that size again so you can see it.
Nice to see that VRAM usage of 6 gigabytes out of 16. You're really not gonna
yeah, exactly.
max out the 3080 Ti anytime soon.
Yeah, exactly. It's no. So what? Let's put Battlefield 5 on. I haven't played that for ages. There's probably an update on this. And we can compare this one to the 165 watt 3080. I do have bought the benchmark graph when we for that. I've got the afterburner covering most of the screen, so anybody with bad eyesight can see that. And we'll have a look at the settings on this. We've got a DX11 Ultra. VSync off, that's good. I hope to see at least, what, 150 FPS at this?
That sounds about right.
Should do, shouldn't I? But you know when I tested the Razer, Drew, I felt that my hand was getting hot. You don't get that on this Alienware.
That's good.
Oh, fucking server and the maintenance. It's so hot. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Of course it would be.
It's got it in for me here. Still refresh. I might have to play a different map. I want to get a decent amount of people in.
But you don't want to get me started on the Razer Blade 17, Steven.
Yeah, yours was a nightmare, wasn't it?
Absolute nightmare.
Yours was a complete nightmare. So your trackpad stopped. Well, not basically didn't stop working, but it was basically very funny, wasn't it? The clicking.
Yeah. Lots easier with the trackpad, and then the actual day-to-day operation of the laptop. So many weird, strange hang-ups with apps that would take multiple minutes to open. So strange. I'd open up a game, 3 minutes later, it would open right up.
But then you had the Windows Hello camera also.
Yeah, and then the Windows Hello camera stopped working. Lots of strange issues. Nothing on Razer's website for BIOS updates, driver updates. There's nothing there. So I was left with the only choice but to return it. And again, for those viewers out there who want to have games that are more CPU dependent with your settings, Halo Infinite ran about 215 frames per second on the MSI and about 190 on the Razer Blade 17.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, the CPU performance on that Razer was pretty bad, wasn't it?
Just so terrible.
Yeah, that's the problem is you gotta.
Get past that soldier.
Well, it's like you said, Steven, it's averaging more than 150 frames per second, just fine.
It is, yeah. I'll wait until I die and then I'll end the benchmark. We can take a look. It seems to be doing all right, doesn't it? What's the temperature? 96 degrees here. 100. Woo!
Yeah, that CPU wattage in that specific mode is quite impressive, but not really practical for temperature's sake. Definitely some thermal throttling going on as well.
Yeah. Of course, I did have throttle stop going. You know, okay. Let's say this is what I like to do. So let's just hide here for a bit. Let's go to throttle stop. And we can't undervolt it, can we? But we can lower the clocks a bit. $94, $96, $92. Still on the high side. So if you do need to tweak it, you can do this type of thing, or you can just lower the. Here's the PL1 here. You can't change the. Oh, you can, yeah. Right. So the thing is, it's pulling 100 watts. So
Yeah, now it's pulling 100 watts from the CPU. Look
it
at
should be
your
going
frame rate.
Well, I've just reduced it to PL1 to 45. So you'd think that changed to 45, wouldn't you? 177 FPS.
Man, you're doing almost 200 FPS when that CPU wattage was almost near 100.
The temperature's better now, though.
Much better.
Just not freaking healing him. Alright, so that's the end of that one. But at least we've got the temperature down a bit. Yeah, you just fiddle around with throttle stop, you get that down. So we'll have a look at the benchmark results on that. So Battlefield, yeah, we got like 141 average. Didn't I say 150? That's pretty close. And if we look at the stupid thing for off. Oh, jeez, you got to. Alright, so yeah, the 3080 165 watt was getting 157, whilst even the 3070 125 watt was getting like 153. So that's not that great, is it? They got 141, but it's that as comparison. Alright, so let's have a look what we've got. Hey there. Hey there, Viable. How you doing, mate? Have I bought a Best Buy open box? Yeah, many times. Loads of times. And they're good. They're actually normally pretty good. I mean, they identify if it's like shit. Which some of them are. I've actually been there, Drew, in Best Buy where it says, you know, satisfactory. And they've been crap. But so I wouldn't go for satisfactory. I'd go for, you know, one that says it's a bit better.
Yeah, it's certified excellent. I've
Yeah.
done that as well. I've bought a few laptops and had no issue. Open box.
So let's exit that. All right. So what we're going to do next? Let's do like an Overwatch type game. We should get a lot of frame rate on this, shouldn't we? So epic settings, 100% render scale. Okay. Yeah, viable. You'd have to, yeah, you definitely need to mortgage your house and sell your car to get this, perhaps a kidney. I mean, it's like $3,600, and then you got to pay the tax on top of that, which is like 8%. There's cheaper options though. I mean, this has got 32 gigabytes of RAM, the 3080 Ti, terabyte hard drive, but the nickel and dime you for like the keyboard, that's an extra $50 to get the mechanical keyboard, which the secondary function keys don't light up, which I find a bit frustrating. So in the dark, you know, when you're trying to do a colon or something, you got to remember exactly where it is. But I think all in all, these laptops now are getting really expensive.
Much too expensive.
Much too expensive. Do you think it'll push more and more people to desktops then, Drew?
I'm not sure. I mean, if your use case dictates you got to use a laptop, then I think you'll find the best performance to value and still go with a laptop. But with the GPU shortage seemingly ending, desktop is definitely more enticing.
Yeah, what's the status on that? They I haven't looked at the supply for a while. They're coming down in price, I heard, eh?
Not so much in price. My current Micro Center has about 20 RTX 3000 series graphics cards, but with the tariffs over a year ago placed on this, a lot of those OEMs have shot their prices up, and I don't see those prices coming down.
Yeah.
So the availability will be there, but the pricing, I think, is going to be stuck the way it is for many years.
Yeah.
For instance, a 3070 Ti from a different board partner is about $1,000 now. And I think that's just going to be the way it is.
I do have some good news, Drew. That guy who stiffed me on my GE66, you know, he said it wasn't him who paid me, and PayPal took the money out. I had to wait like 80 days, and I got the money back.
Well, that is great to hear. That is good to hear. In case in point, Steven, my desktop is for sale right now for $2,500, 3080 Ti, 32 gigs of RAM, Ryzen 5000 series processor. Almost $17,000 on TimeSpy for $2,500.
Wow.
That same amount of money would get me about 11,500 TimeSpy in an Asus 17-inch SCAR laptop.
It's incredible, isn't it? Yeah. I don't think it's... I mean, things are getting more and more expensive now. Fuel. Everything, you know. Food. With this war that's going on.
And the craziest part about it is I can't even sell my desktop now. No one wants to buy it.
Nobody wants to buy it.
Have not found a buyer.
That's crazy.
And it's not worth me bringing the price down, so I'll just keep it and play it when I can. $5.80 gasoline in California.
Is that what it is now? That's crazy. I haven't been keeping track of the frame rate here. Let's have a look. I mean, it's good, but I know I was getting this type of frame rate even with a 3070, I'm sure. But, you know, you can lower your settings and you'll get your close to your 360 hertz. Yes, victory! I did okay there. So that all, hope you're all looking at the temperatures, but it's 44 watts, that was okay. The temperature seemed fine. So that was a good success. Sorry I wasn't really talking much there, I was busy trying to kill people. So let's have a look then at some of the questions. Is the individual key lighting? You can do that in the software, but I didn't like the software, to be honest. I can show you the software. FX. So you can go dark, you can go dim. You can do it in different zones, but getting it to change sometimes doesn't. I think you have to create your own profile. You can do the keys. How did I do that? There we are. So you can click on each key there and change. Like I've turned that blue. And that one there, so see that those keys now have changed colour, they change an H, so you can do it individually, but I didn't find it as all that. Then you create a theme. I didn't find it all that intuitive, to be honest with you. Let's work it out, but it's I prefer other people's software. I thought their software was a bit more complicated than it need to be. So let's have a look. Let's see what other games we've got. Cyberpunk. You can try that again. Oh, you've made a comment. Oh, yeah, Drew, yeah, that's a monitor. You bought 34-inch monitor. That's nice.
Yeah, really excited about that one.
$960. No, that wasn't. You didn't do it for $960. You bought it for $260.
I wish.
You didn't buy 900 for $960. That's what you typed.
What did I type?
$960.
Oh yeah, it was. So the monitor was $12.99, and someone on Reddit.
Was it?
Yeah, someone on Reddit gave some URLs out, and we got $260 off the monitor.
And you bought that for $960?
I did.
I thought you had no money.
Well, I got some by selling some stuff, so I'm pretty excited about that monitor.
I bet. Of course, you had the other monitor you probably sold there. You don't need two.
I will be, yeah, and I really love that monitor. 1440p, 270 hertz, it really is amazing, but it's more about, to me, response time, and nothing beats OLED for that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, that's going to be nice. Oh my God. I might have to come to your house and steal it. Yeah, so Brian confirmed that at the control center on Alienware SOC. It does. It's probably the most clunky one I've ever tried. I mean, they seem to make it complicated just for complicated sake. Alright, so here the settings here should be. We've got ray tracing, ultra, DLSS set to balance. That's how I did it in the review. I can always change it if you want. Now, what biggest criticism people were saying is this laptop should come with a QHD panel. And I agree. I think it should come with a QHD panel.
I'm one of the weird ones that will prefer the 1080p panel, and I've talked to you a little bit about this. All these new 1440p laptops, aside from a few, cover 100% of the P3 color gamut, which to me is a negative because Windows doesn't support color management in the OS. So everything turns out to be oversaturated, looks terrible to me, so I'd rather have a panel that only supports 100% sRGB, so I don't have to worry about
Yeah.
downloading some fix on the driver level to take away the oversaturation.
Yeah, that's right. I remember you saying that my QHD one was oversaturated, but you did find that excellent fix, which we must try, that you can change a panel to it to do sRGB if it's not in the available, didn't you?
Yes, I can throw a link in the chat for that.
Yeah, you should do. Throw a link in the chat. That might help people out. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but some people it does. So yeah, you know, when the CPU is at 40 odd watts, that's perfectly fine. It's when it gets over 70 watts in gaming, it's tough, isn't it? But the GPU, right, is supposed to be max 175 watts. Has anybody seen it get there? I never did. Apart from, I think, in Time Spy or Firestrike it might have done, but... So again, I think
Yeah,
that's...
this is about high a wattage as I've seen it in game.
Yeah. You know, so you're talking like total like 190 watts. Now your GP66, what was the combined watts there when you were gaming?
It depended what game I played. If I played Halo Master Chief Collection, like Halo 3, the GPU would stay at 150 watts, and the CPU wattage could maintain 45, so a total of 195 watts, which is what they advertise.
Get off the phone, Jackie.
That was at 700 frames per second, no less. So very impressive.
That's pretty impressive, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, this is doing pretty well. It just shows you don't need a high CPU clock rate in a game like this. You know, where you got max settings, ray tracing up max. But if you lower the settings, we don't want to get ray tracing off. I'll just yeah, let's put it on low. I was expecting the CPU to clock up higher there then. Yeah, even in this game with low settings, it's still doesn't really change an awful lot, does it?
Ready to get your cherry popped? Yeah, come on.
You know, the clock rate's not going up on the CPU.
The place used to be a morgue. Believe that? Who would have thunk?
Yeah, but it handles this game pretty well, as you can see. Let's put on a more exciting game. Let's try Battlefield again. It's nearly done. Let's have a look at some questions. Yeah. Oh, the Y740. That was a good one, yes. Oh, your capacitor blew up. Would you recommend waiting for the next gen? Yeah, you know, I would. Unless you can get, like... I think this current gen, it's nice, but I think they're overpriced. And you don't get that much more import performance compared to, you know, the last gen. I mean, what I did in my last video, my 3070 from Legion 7 was only about 18% behind this 3080 Ti. That cost me $1699. This is $3,600. So, granted, this got a bit more RAM, but... See, if you, it is insane. Yeah, if you need a fast CPU, Drew, I mean, I know you do. Then, you know, something like this is great. But you've got to be careful. You've got to be so careful because the Razer had what was that 65 watts to PL1. I think it was on the Razer, so that didn't perform too well.
Yeah. It couldn't even sustain 65 watts. It could sustain 55 watts.
It couldn't, could it?
No,
the
GP66 15-inch could sustain 86 watts. So 30 more watts for the and less temperature than the Razer Blade 17.
Yeah, exactly. And the OS 17, that was like 70 watts, and that was like middle ground. But I mean, you showed me with your GP66 that you got like 18,000 and Cinebench R23, something similar to this one here. So if
yeah, it was a little bit less. It was about 16,100 in R23 after 10 minutes.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, and then the single core was 1910.
Now I've got a question for everybody then. Since we all agree that laptop manufacturers should display the TDP or the GPU, right? We do agree that, and that whether it's got a mux switch or not, that's good. But how about the PL1 value on the CPU? Shouldn't they be advertising that as well? Because someone sees a 12700H and they think, oh great, but it doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be. They're like night and day sometimes. The Razer one as fast as my 5800H.
Exactly, I totally agree, Stephen.
Yeah, I'm sorry that died. Yeah, but if you need a laptop quickly, I mean, see if you can get one. I mean, Asus have the best pricing, I think. I think most of us tend to agree that now. It's got some good ones, good deals. There you go. Or if you can find a 3070 one, that's perfectly fine. Because they'll get some deals kicking around.
I'll link my favorite best value SKU that I think of right now going through Newegg.
Let's go.
Yeah. Put your link in the chat. And Newegg, if you use their credit card, you can get interest-free credit, for 12 months. You should do that, Drew.
That would be great.
I mean, all the laptops that I buy to review and stuff, if I keep them, I put them on finance. Like, it's PayPal does 6 months, Best Buy, like even up to 18 months at times, I think. Newegg's 12. Even Alienware here, they use their 12 months, pay it off in stages.
That's awesome. Jeffrey's saying that his G76 can almost hit 20,000 in R23 with an undervolt and max fan. No question. MSI, to me, has the best real-world frame per second in-game that I've seen. At least as far as 2022 laptops go, but we'll see. There's many more to come.
Yeah. I just shot a flag. I thought it was somebody's head.
Someone said that P1 is only for CPU benchmark. Well, I understand what they're saying, but gaming is sort of like P1 benchmark on a smaller scale in terms of wattage. So how well the CPU does at handling its rated PL1 in terms of frequency and temperature is pretty indicative of how your gaming performance will be. So PL1 is actually pretty pretty important in benchmark as well.
Yeah. Someone was shooting at me there, but... So now, compared to Battlefield 5, the CPU here is oh, I get shot over there. Oh, fuck. I should have shot him. Yeah. Hold on, let's get out. Let's die. How do I die here? Space to die.
US forces holding together, but they're burning resources.
Yeah, we're not getting a good GPU utilization here, are we? So what is going on with this? It's not good, is it? I mean, yeah, we're only getting like 50%. Yeah, the CPU's is holding it back here, isn't it? I wonder if we can do something about that. We have to disable. You'd have to probably disable dynamic boost, wouldn't you, to solve that one?
I'm just confused why the clock speeds are so low. That performance, those performance cores should be around 3.6 to 3.7 even at 45 watts.
Yeah. Well, you look at the GPU there, 61%. Now to disable dynamic boost, oh, I'm getting healed. Oh, I'm not in the ideal place to be a sniper here. To run around with my pistol.
Yeah, someone mentioned to increase the PL1 and throttle stop. Maybe, did you change that setting since you last brought it down to 45 watts?
I did. I changed it to 45 watts. Let's go and change that. Actually, I did exit out of it. Let's just save it in there. Let's change it back up to 100. Let's see if it out disable. See if that improves it. So, oh, fucking just shot in the back as I was looking. Still up to only 77%. That has improved it though. Let's run around a bit.
And the frequencies are up to 3.6.
Yeah. I'm going to change my weapon. Let's get out of that and get back to something like this. Oh shit, that was crap. Kill one guy there. It's cool. So yeah, the CPU's up to 3,600 now. It's better. But still, it's still only at 76%, isn't it? Oh, spawned miles away, I think, yeah. But yeah,
Yeah, Libra.
Yeah, let's go up there.
Libra Embers is saying garbage optimization. Try Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 5 or Warzone. I have to agree on this one.
Yeah, it's not good. Even here, look, yeah, 67. I mean, you're still getting like 90 odd FPS. I mean, but this is max setting, it's ultra settings. So
A lot of people were complaining about this game when the beta came out,
with it,
about the frame rate on 3090, and I don't think it's changed much, even with updates they've made.
yeah, it doesn't seem to, does it? I don't know if there's any much point continuing. Let's jump off here for a laugh. Crash it! I face planted into the ice. There's a bit more action going up here. But still, it's alright. I mean, it's not getting too hot.
Securing control of battle sector. One of our objectives is being invaded.
See if we can take a base there and then call it a day. Oh, fuck. Jump on top of him. You're going for a ride, look. I once in Battlefield 1, I actually I stood on a tank and he couldn't get me off. I was riding around on top of a tank. Oh,
That's
so,
hilarious.
that's the end of that game. But yeah, that's pretty poorly optimized, isn't it? Really, I think.
That's it. I'm ready for
Yeah, the tearing's because of the capture. It's only capturing at 60 hertz.
Sometimes they just line up.
Yeah.
This has
But
me
it-
thinking about some of the best optimized games out there right now. One that saturates my 3080 Ti is Age of Empires 4. Does a great job.
But it does have advanced Optimus, and I must admit I'm pretty much sold on that.
Seems to be working great.
It does. Let's switch that to advanced Optimus here then. Let's when I close this game. In this, actually, I don't use their software. Well, I did like about Razer. You could do it in their software, but stupid Windows 11. I hate Windows 11. Now this is one thing I've noticed, right? If you can see it in the stream, but if I disconnect the computer from the monitor, it's dedicated GPU. But as soon as you plug it into a monitor, it says it's Optimus, but it's not. I mean, you got the full settings here, although you don't show the G-Sync. But it's strange how it shows Optimus. And actually, it won't let me check automatic. You know. It's interesting that, isn't it?
Is this a G-Sync monitor?
It's a G-Sync monitor, yeah. But I've connected by HDMI here.
That's weird. It has no option for setting up G-Sync in the control panel.
Yeah, you don't. You know, it is connected to the 3080 Ti. But when you connect it to a monitor, yeah, you get no option for G-Sync, do you? And yeah, it's weird. And you can't you got to make a switch. There you go. It's fun and games. I didn't check the Razer for that. If that's what happened on that. Do I have any other games installed here? Oh yeah, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Let's do that one. Make it the last one. Look in the BIOS. I haven't gone into BIOS. I should do. I can do if you want. Although I haven't got that. I'll have to hold the camera up to the screen. That'd be worthwhile, wouldn't it? Have a look at the BIOS. So we're looking at just DXL 11 up the settings on this one should be.
That sure loaded quick.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I'll just play this single player arcade thing here and do a benchmark, because then I can see how it compares to the 3080 165 watt. We'll see how it compares to that. So it's temperatures seem okay here, 83 degrees.
It's just pretty great performance.
184. Yeah, I mean it's pretty decent, isn't it? I think this game caps at 199 though, that's the thing, like, right? So forgot about that. So even maxing out, yeah, you're capping it out at the what's grenade in this game? Q. Yeah, Q. Yeah, so it's pretty much maxing out in it, so. Right, so let's come out of that. Say like 192. Yeah, so it was doing better than the 3080 165 watt. I got 182 compared to 192, so but still it's not that big a difference, is it? It's like 5%. So 5% faster than
Nothing your eye would be able to tell, anyways.
Yeah, I mean you can't tell, but it might be going higher. But at the end of the day, it was bottlenecking. If you want, let's try to do a multiplayer. That says I'm offline. Connect. No, it still says I'm offline. It's a bit annoying. Alright, so we try and go into the BIOS then. Alright, so I'm going to unplug the monitor. Like a voice. Alright, we can see here, can't we? So let's do a restart. Not sure what key it is, so press them all.
Well, that worked.
That worked, isn't it? Trying to. It's impossible for me to see it as well. So let me. Let's go to advanced. Might be able to do this camera actually. This camera. Alright, so we have. Yeah, very good. Fucking turbo boost map. Let's enable that then, eh? We want as much. So here you can change the. You can disable Advanced Optimus there if you wanted. There's no undervolting options. You can change the function keys to media keys. So I can't see where you can change the to disable the efficiency cores. I don't think there's an option here. I'll show you guys in case I'm missing it there. So I don't think you could, yeah. Put it down there. So I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I've disabled the, I've enabled the turbo boost there. If you want me to do a test, I can quickly do that. Well, let me do it. Okay, I've activated turbo boost maximum, so let's save that. We'll see if it improves Battlefield 2042. Save configuration. Yep. Now my power plugs come out, so well. So that a power plug came out. I've got to plug the monitor back in. Alright, so we're back. How's this? There's like so many layers to go through to even just open anything here. Just want to make sure we're in the same power mode. And this is one thing that's annoying. I've clicked never and it still pops up. Jeez. See, I mean, I think that will change to thermal performance. Alright, so let's open up Afterburner. And we'll see if we can get any better GPU utilization now with that max turbo boosting. Do I have a 4K monitor down here? There you go. I do. But at the moment it's hooked up to my racing setup. It's like an ultra wide 4K one, so it's I've got it just for my racing car simulator. In fact, I should show you guys my my game room. So I've set up my desktop to play racing games. So I had it in a box for ages and ages. So I got a racing wheel using a G27, and so I play that. And I also bought a pinball machine, virtual pinball machine. It's called AT Legends. It's pretty good. So I play pinball, and I've also bought a Cat VR treadmill for virtual reality treadmill. I haven't had time to put that. I put it up, but I haven't connected it to a computer yet. So it's a yeah, true man cave. All right, let's see what we get on here. Still looks the same, doesn't it? Oh, jeez. Too busy looking at the percentage. Well, this is the thing, change it from balanced, right? This is what I don't like about this, the software, right? I cannot change that now. This is the active default. It's thermal. Thermal performance. Now it changes the thermal performance up here. It's like so freaking clunky. And is this the one that's working, or is this? I mean, that just make it so hard. What's the freaking point? Yeah, someone's taking this base. Oops. So it is a bit better with that boost. Do I have like a rocket propelled grenade on you? If we can get chased by a tank now. But it seems a bit better, doesn't it? So I think
Irrigation is much better this go around.
Yeah, we're getting 91%. I think it's because of that turbo boost that's disabled in the BIOS. The temperatures are running a bit hotter now, of course. Let's have a look at the wattages, because before it was what, running around about 45 watts?
Yep.
So it was, don't like running around in the wide open here. There we go, I'm gonna die. Still, yeah, 878 watts, isn't it? 80 watts. This looks like the hill of death. Is there anybody up there? At 95 degrees. Yeah. So yeah, what do you think, Drew? I think it's
Not
only.
too bad.
But let's do what. Like we've got a high performance mode activated. So let's do FN and F1. You'll hear the fan noise go down. Oh, it's crashed. No, it doesn't. This is a pause. Thought it crashed there. Alright. Goes. I mean, there's no way you can run up that hill.
An objective is on the stage.
I can't believe Alienware Dell allows that much wattage to the CPU in game.
80 watts. That's crazy, that. But that's only because of that switch in the BIOS. So even without high performance mode.
And even in Halo, it seemed to be pushing 80 watts, wasn't it? It was about 73 watts.
It always typically dropped down to 45. I think that's because activating that in the BIOS. Then that really did give it the push it needed. No, I'd say it's dropped down to 50 watts now, though, look. So perhaps it just delays the inevitable. And now the temperature's far better, yeah. There's no way you can handle 70 odd watts while gaming. But this map, this is like insane. It's like a huge map, isn't it? I mean... Let's
Jump down to pushing 45.
now I've just activated high performance mode again. You'll hear the fan pick up. Let's see what that does. I think it'll still stick around about 45 watts, and the 3080 Ti is still hovering. It never gets anywhere near that 175 watts.
Our forces have taken a substantial blow.
It's just not going to do it. Yeah, you definitely need a vehicle in this stupid map, don't you? I mean, look at it. It's like fucking huge. Like the road to nowhere.
You get lost in there.
There's somebody up here, look, I don't know. If he's at my side, I think he is. I'm going to go behind him. Oh, he's got a vehicle coming.
U.S. forces control Alpha Sector.
They need to add some short takeoff and landing airplanes in this game, Steven.
Now, he managed to pick up a vehicle. I don't know how you do that. You can request a vehicle, I think. I don't know how you do that, guys. You'll have to show me how to do that. But yeah, I need to increase the PL1. It's increased already to 195 watts. It's maxed out. It just drops after a period of time, and setting it in the BIOS did fix that to a degree, but after a period of time it just says, oh, that's enough. So there's nothing more we can do about this. Normally you'd try and undervolt it, wouldn't you, to try and solve that issue, but they wouldn't let you, we won't let you undervolt. So that's pretty much it, guys, I think. Let's switch cameras. I'll die there. I think that's pretty much it. Let's see what other questions we've got here. Let's see some Elden Ring. Yeah, I did close throttle stop, but that's because I... I'll show you again. Let's do the beta in case that's got something on it. Not anything there. So there's nothing else we can do, is there? You can't even disable BD Procot, which is annoying. There's nowhere for me to go there.
Foxtrot sector has fallen to hostiles. We're halfway to victory. Continue to fight.
That would hurt.
It would, that would hurt, yeah, no, there's nowhere for me to go. Yeah, I can do the same thing here. Drive around.
Our forces are shooting out the one.
Oh, I'm trying to run him over. Ah, fuck. Couldn't reverse fast enough.
Very interesting that your efficiency cores are higher than performance cores now on the clocks.
Are they? Yeah, look at that, yeah.
Yeah.
Well spotted, 3,000. That is interesting, isn't it?
I'm not sure what's going on there.
I think I saw that in the Razer. If the GPU's being used more than the CPU needs to be, you know? That's why they... And then it switches the other way around. But yeah, and there's nothing I can do there really to increase this any further, is it? It is what it is. It's quite CPU dependent. And it's getting a bit bottlenecked. Be interesting to see if I was testing it at QHD, what it would be at, eh?
Yeah, and it would be nice also to disable those E cores as well.
Yeah. Oh well, that gives you an idea then. Cool. Well, I'll end that there. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. If there's any last questions. Yes, the E-cores have lower IPC, so they're kind of yeah. I still think those E-cores are a bit of a waste of time. Don't you? Yeah.
Libra is saying you can disable them in the BIOS. I guess that's what the Atom cores are.
Well, Libra's saying you can disable the E-cores in the BIOS, but I didn't see that function in the BIOS. Did you, Drew? I didn't see it. Perhaps I missed it, but I know on the Asus ones you said you can, so that'd be good. That'd be worth trying, definitely. Delete.
That person commented earlier and said that the Atom cores that you were looking at in the BIOS referred to the efficiency cores.
Oh,
I'm not 100% sure.
Did they?
Yeah,
Those Atom cores. Oh, okay.
Atom, yeah.
I think that's worthwhile. That's probably worthwhile quickly doing a quick test then. Trying to get out of this stupid game.
US forces have captured Delta sector. US forces have captured
What's the time? I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I might quickly. I've got to play pool at 7 o'clock.
Salut, let's go.
Wait. So restart. So advanced. So I changed it to 0 on the atom cores. Multiple atom cores can't be, as I say, multiple atom cores can't be selected to other than 0 option. Alright. So that's the message you get there then. To other than... Alright, let's just save that there. Yeah. See what that does. We'll see if that makes a difference. But yeah, it's a nice computer. The fans, and there was a question about the fans before. They get pretty loud, not too bad though. 51 decibels. A max fan, 48 without it, you know. Let's try it one more time then. See what we get. Get all these games. Most of them I never haven't played. It's like crazy, isn't it? Jeez. All right. Well, that's loading up. See what else we got. Do you think it's worth the big price premium over last year's laptops? That's a big no, in my opinion. I mean, it was getting like 18% faster than my 3070. It was only marginally faster than the 3080, so that's 5% at best. So it was pointless.
Let's make some trouble.
Alright, so the efficiency cores are gone.
I wonder if MSI's BIOS has this ability as well. I'm sure it does.
I'm sure.
I would really like to
Yeah.
test my vector with this enabled.
It's definitely worth a try, isn't it? We'll see what we get here then. Oh, good. I'm getting a ride finally. So still only 76%. Doesn't seem to solve the problem on the GPU utilization. Oh, this is some kind of grenade thing.
Honestly, Steven, I think the optimization in this game is so poor, it's hard to even tell what difference this is actually even making. Higher clocks, for sure.
Yeah, I think you're getting higher. You're getting a higher clock. But you're not getting any more GPU utilization, are you? It's, the temperatures are going to be hotter, the higher clock, higher watts. Be interesting to see if it just
Securing Delta 1.
stays at the 60 watts, 70 watts,
Allied forces
rather than dropping down. God, he's running around like my dog. Zigzagging around. Where are you going to go, buddy? So yeah, 95 degrees. I mean, it's not too bad. 87, but I'd like it to be in the 90s, wouldn't you? The utilization.
Yeah.
Where's the flag? Is that up there? Jeez, look up there.
I'm curious to see if it'll be able to hold the 65 watts to the CPU with the E cores disabled.
This stupid map. I'm going to get it's like a maze. I'm going to get over there. Yeah, show everybody how to get there. Oh, fuck, what are you doing up there? Fuck. Yeah, I don't know. You get up there. But it seems to be doing okay. The frame rate's about the same though, isn't it?
Seems to be.
I mean, it's
Hard to
critical.
really tell the optimization of this game, though.
It's certainly it's clocking higher, but how do you come out E?
We don't stop and we'll take every sector.
But I imagine this is probably what you want if you know you're trying to maximize everything, I guess. Jesus. Oh well, all that trouble for nothing. So anyway, yeah. So it's worthwhile exercise cancelling these efficiency cores. What I would like to do is do the test on the battery life, see if it would improve that.
Bastards! Pushing transport!
I would imagine the battery life would go down because the scheduling within Windows 11 is going to shift more of the workload to the efficiency cores when the power cores aren't needed. Performance cores.
Yeah, but isn't it just more cores?
That's
Needs to
true,
get more
cores
juice.
is more wattage.
I mean,
Yeah.
let's face it, the battery life's worse than even the 11800H.
True.
Isn't
And
it?
you can take away 8 of those efficiency cores and only use 6 performance.
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth a test. All right, so Jeffrey's saying I think with the MSI BIOS you can trick it to do more than 45 watts of dynamic boost. All right, that'd be interesting. L says I joined the stream late. Okay, yeah, I'm probably about to finish. But does this have a mechanical keyboard? It does. It's got the. Let me. I can show you the top here.
Libra Embers is really onto this laptop. Boost limit of PL2 expires and it immediately throttles to 45 watts.
Yeah, that was a good comment. Yeah, so it's got the Cherry MX keyboard, and you can hear the clicking here. I've still got the game running. Let me turn that off. You hear that? I think it's a fairly subtle click. I quite like that. But the secondary function keys like the colon and stuff like that, plus sign and sign, they don't light up. So and I don't like the software for the lighting. It's so clunky. But It's a nice keyboard though. There's no number pad, of course, but still pretty good. Right, well, I think that's going to be it for me. I'd like to thank you for everybody for tuning in. I've got to go and play pool now. So thanks again. And thanks, Drew, for popping in on the call.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Bye, guys.